Imagine walking down a bustling street, the rhythm of city life pulsing around you. The sounds of honking cars, chatter, and footsteps create a symphony of urban existence. But instead of the inviting aromas of bakeries and fresh produce stands, you're met with a different reality. The storefronts are empty, and the streets are devoid of fresh food vendors. Fast food chains and convenience stores line the sidewalks, their bright signs a stark contrast to the limited options they offer. These establishments are often the only food sources available, offering processed and unhealthy options. This is the daily experience for millions living in food deserts, where access to fresh, affordable food is scarce. The lack of nutritious options forces residents to rely on unhealthy alternatives, contributing to a cycle of poor health. These neighborhoods, often located in urban and rural areas alike, are characterized by a lack of supermarkets and grocery stores stocking fresh fruits, vegetables, and healthy proteins. The absence of these essential stores means that residents must travel long distances to find nutritious food. Residents, many without reliable transportation, face significant barriers to obtaining nutritious food. The journey to the nearest supermarket can be long and arduous, often requiring multiple bus rides or long walks. This lack of access has dire consequences, impacting not only physical health but also the social and economic fabric of entire communities. The absence of fresh food options leads to higher rates of diet-related diseases such as diabetes and hypertension. Moreover, the economic strain of having to spend more time and money to obtain healthy food further exacerbates the challenges faced by these communities. Initiatives like community gardens and local food co-ops are emerging as potential solutions, but much more needs to be done to address this critical issue. Food deserts, simply put, are areas where fresh, healthy food is hard to come by. The USDA defines them as low-income communities located more than a mile from a supermarket in urban areas and more than 10 miles in rural areas. But the issue runs deeper than just distance. Factors like poverty, lack of transportation, and the closure of neighborhood grocery stores contribute to the creation of food deserts. Supermarkets, often driven by profit margins, may be less likely to open in low-income neighborhoods. This creates a vicious cycle where residents are left with limited options, perpetuating health disparities and hindering economic growth.
Fresh food is not just about sustenance, it's the foundation for good health and vitality. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins provide essential nutrients that fuel our bodies and minds. When fresh food is scarce, people are more likely to rely on processed foods high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. This can lead to a higher risk of chronic diseases such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain types of cancer. Access to fresh, nutritious food empowers individuals to make healthier choices, improving their overall well-being and reducing the strain on healthcare systems.
The consequences of food deserts reach far beyond individual health, impacting families and communities in profound ways. When parents struggle to put healthy meals on the table, it can affect the physical and cognitive development of their children. Limited access to fresh food can also contribute to stress, anxiety, and feelings of hopelessness. This can lead to decreased productivity, reduced academic achievement, and increased healthcare costs. Food deserts create a cycle of disadvantage that is difficult to break, impacting the social and economic fabric of communities for generations.
Section 5. Unequal access. The disproportionate burden on low-income and minority communities. Food deserts are not evenly distributed. These areas, often characterized by a lack of grocery stores and fresh food options, are more prevalent in low-income neighborhoods and communities of color. This disparity means that residents in these areas have limited access to nutritious food, which can lead to a host of health problems, including obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. They disproportionately impact low-income communities and communities of color, exacerbating existing health and economic disparities. The lack of access to fresh, affordable food forces many to rely on convenience stores and fast food, which often offer unhealthy options. This creates a cycle of poor health outcomes that are difficult to break. These communities often face systemic barriers such as limited access to transportation, lower incomes, and fewer job opportunities. Without reliable transportation, even if there are grocery stores nearby, getting to them can be a significant challenge. This further limits their ability to purchase fresh and healthy food. This lack of access to fresh food is a matter of social justice. Community activists and organizations are working tirelessly to address these inequities, advocating for better food policies and more resources to be directed towards these underserved areas. Everyone deserves the opportunity to nourish themselves and their families with healthy, affordable food, regardless of their zip code or socioeconomic status. Community gardens, farmers markets, and local food initiatives are some of the ways people are coming together to create solutions. Addressing food deserts requires a commitment to equity and a focus on dismantling the systemic barriers that perpetuate these inequities. It involves policy changes, community engagement, and a collective effort to ensure that everyone has access to the resources they need to lead healthy lives. Section 6. Seeds of Change, Innovative Solutions, and Community Action Taking Root. Despite the challenges, a wave of hope is rising. Across the country, communities are finding innovative solutions to combat food deserts and reclaim their right to healthy food. Mobile grocery stores bring fresh produce directly to underserved neighborhoods, while community gardens empower residents to grow their own food. Nonprofit organizations are working tirelessly to provide food assistance, nutrition education, and advocacy for policy changes. From urban farms transforming vacant lots to community kitchens teaching culinary skills, these initiatives are creating beacons of hope and empowering communities to take control of their food systems.
Section 7. Small steps, big impact. How you can make a difference in the fight for food justice. The fight against food deserts requires a collective effort. We can all play a role in creating a more just and equitable food system. Start by supporting organizations working on the front lines. Volunteer at a local food bank, donate to a community garden, or participate in advocacy efforts to bring supermarkets to underserved areas. Even small actions can contribute to a larger movement for change.
Section 8. Recipes for Change. Empowering communities through cooking and nutrition education. Knowledge is power, and that includes knowledge about food. Understanding what we eat, where it comes from, and how it affects our bodies can transform lives. Cooking and nutrition education programs are playing a vital role in empowering communities to make healthy choices. These initiatives are not just about cooking, they are about fostering a deeper connection with food. By teaching people how to prepare nutritious meals on a budget, these programs equip individuals and families with the skills and confidence to improve their diets. They learn to make the most of their resources, ensuring that healthy eating is accessible to everyone. These programs often go beyond basic cooking skills, incorporating lessons on gardening, food budgeting, and the importance of fresh, whole ingredients. Participants gain hands-on experience in growing their own food, which can be both empowering and cost-effective. By providing this knowledge, communities can break the cycle of dependence on processed foods and embrace a healthier, more sustainable way of eating. This holistic approach not only improves individual health, but also strengthens community bonds and promotes environmental sustainability.
Section 9. A Future of Abundance. Envisioning a world without food deserts. Imagine a future where every neighborhood has access to fresh, affordable food, where children grow up with gardens in their backyards, and farmers markets are a staple in every community. This is the vision that drives us. By working together, we can create a world where food deserts are a relic of the past, a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, nourished by the bounty of fresh, healthy food. Let's build a future of abundance together.